this is All Outdoor One here with a gear review. Today I'm looking at the SA1 Eluma torch or flashlight made by ITP. It's tactical, it's good for hiking, camping, bushcraft, survival, to put in your bug out bag or even as an EDC. Runs off one battery, and I'll just get it out of the packaging now. Right, so this is what you get inside the pack. You get a holster, which is clips onto the belt. Also has an attachment. I suppose you could wear it around your neck via this loop here and a piece of string. Feels solid, sturdy. I don't think that'll break very easily. Inside the holster, you also get a lanyard for a wrist loop that attaches via two small holes near the tail cap of the torch. Personally, I don't like using them. And you also get a bag of spares, which includes two O-ring seals, a spare clicky switch, and also a cap for removing the tail clicker switch, which basically allows you to stand it up and use it as a candle in candle mode. So good few spares in there, which is always nice to see. And of course you get the flashlight itself. That's there. This is the operator's manual. Also it talks about the guarantee which comes with it, which is pretty good actually. It's guaranteed for 30 days within 30 days of purchase, and no questions asked exchange, free replacement. And then after within the first 2 years, if it breaks down during normal wear and tear use, they'll replace it also. And then after that, they'll also carry out any work for free, although you'll have to pay for any repairs, for any parts that need to be replaced. So this is the flashlight itself. As you can see, it's very small. Takes one AA battery. The light is actuated by a tail cap switch here. This is on full mode. And then the other modes are selected via this front button here. Like so. I'll give a full demonstration with the nighttime shots in a second. So yeah, the actual torch itself runs off a LED, a Cree XP R2 LED. It can run off alkaline batteries, an AA battery, nickel hydride, or a 14500 battery. The finish on it is a hard finish with type 3 anodization. The torch is water and dust resistant to IP68 standard, which basically means that it can be submerged in 2 foot of water for 10 hours and it won't leak into it basically, and also means that it's completely sealed against dust penetration, and that's a good standard. It's also, as far as impact is concerned, it's also tested to military standard, mil-spec, US standard. So it's a very hard wearing, water resistant torch. Basically it pretty much guarantees it won't break when you need it. Very tough construction, in other words. As I said, I think it's a great torch for hunting, bushcraft, survival, bug out situations, even as EDC. It has a smooth reflector here, so you get a very nicely focused spot with a very large dispersed corona around it, with no defects in the beam basically. I think it's really practical as compared to, for example, an orange peel reflector, which basically diffuses the light more and is more about a wide throw rather than a far penetrating beam. But as I said, I think it's a lovely torch. I'll just show you the night shots now. So as promised, here are the nighttime beam shots. That's on 5 lumens, that's the first setting. This wall here is about 10 meters away, and through there, that ladder there is about 12 meters away. So that's on the first mode. Then I'll scroll through to the next mode, which is 35 lumens. As you can see, that's considerably brighter. If you notice the light, the edge of the light, which is about in the middle of the picture at the moment, is quite wide from the center spot. I mean, you're getting at least 10 meter spread at 10 meters, which I think is great. And the center spot is really far reaching. And now on the final setting, that's the 120 lumen setting. It's pretty blinding. Up to this kind of distance, you can see the beam for a good 120, 130 meters outside. And then the final mode, not normal lighting mode, but the strobe mode, like this. And then when you press it again, it goes back to the first one, which is the 5 lumens mode. Another function of this torch is that you can adjust the brightness in any mode. So we'll choose the middle one, 35 lumens. You can just press the select button down, and as you can see, it scrolls through the levels of brightness. And then if you just let go, it stays. And in this mode you can switch it off, switch it on again, and it'll come back at that same level of brightness. Now the 5 lumens mode will stay on for 40 hours burn time. It has a 40-hour burn time on one set of batteries, which is quite good from one AA battery, and I think that's bright enough to be practical. The 35 lumens mode will stay on for 4 hours, and that's pretty bright, and it's a far-reaching beam. And then the 120 will stay on for an hour and a half, and that is pretty blinding. The strobe mode, I believe, stays on for a maximum of 3 hours on this setting. So as you can see from that demonstration, it's a really versatile light. The fact that it runs off one AA battery is great. You know, it's easy to carry a backup, and it's all lightweight. The fact that the low mode runs for 40 hours on one battery, I mean, if you think about it, that's about 5 days of night, which is great. It's great in emergency situations, for example, bug out. Yeah, it's very lightweight, lights up a massive area with your very tightly focused beam just in the center. The strobe is blinding. So tactically, it's very useful also. You know, this is my favourite torch at the moment. A great all-rounder if you're only going to carry one while you're out there in the wilderness. Then just take this one, I'd recommend, as your main anyway. Yeah, so that's the SA1 Eluma, made by ITP Light. Great. That's all I can say right now. Okay, this is All Outdoor One here, signing out. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.